You like that, Enzo? I see you walking boys. I got you turned around. And we're good. Yes, sir. I see you.
Did you know that every LLC is required to have a registered agent? Registered agent? What's that? It's a person or a business that's responsible for receiving urgent documents on behalf of your business.
Our Windows quietly monitoring the entire South. In LA, the Madison complex is next to One Wilshire, the main fiber optic link to Asia, where billions of messages will pass through weekly. And in San Francisco, former AT&T technician Mark Klein blew the whistle on room 641A, a hidden chamber where NSA operatives allegedly broke the law daily. Some of these buildings don't even have names, just code words, like Pinecone, buried somewhere in New Jersey. And its job is to process and analyze all the spy tower's data. As to who works in these places, you'd never know. They belong to Tailored Access Operations, known as the AT&T Longlines building. This 550-foot windowless tower has walls made to withstand nuclear impact. So what are they trying to hide? Snow links reveal that the building is codenamed Tyson Point, or more simply, it's an NSA surveillance hub, where they'll monitor all of your photos, messages, and phone activity. This building is gathering 60 million foreign-to-foreign emails every day, 1.8 billion per month, all for the US government National Security Agency. Photographer Stanley Greenberg is one of the only people who ever saw inside the building, where they were met by floor after floor of humming machines, towering racks of mysterious tech and empty corridors. No questions are allowed, no one knows exactly what's actually happening. But what we do know is the surveillance never stopped. Now on to our next building here in Chicago. Like New York, while the Chicago Tower has very few windows, 18 of the 28 floors are sealed from the outside world. Inside, 6 massive V16 Caterpillar generators sit ready, with 200,000 gallons of diesel fuel stockpiled nearby, enough to run independently for over a month. Below, the building is anchored directly to bedrock, ensuring telephone communications continue even if nuclear weapons destroy nearby cities. And this is just one of an entire network of spy towers. According to leaked documents and investigations by The Intercept, at least 8 NSA surveillance hubs are all across America, like Atlanta with a central limestone building secretly copying internet traffic straight from AT&T's networks. In Dallas, there's a faceless cube with blacked-out windows quietly monitoring the entire South. In LA, the Madison complex is next to One Wilshire, the main fiber optic link to Asia, where billions of messages will pass through weekly. And in San Francisco, former AT&T technician Mark Klein blew the whistle on room 641A, a hidden chamber where NSA operatives allegedly broke the law daily. Some of these buildings don't even have names, just code words, like Pinecone, buried somewhere in New Jersey. And its job is to process and analyze all the spy tower's data. As to who works in these places, you'd never know. They belong to Tailored Access Operations, the NSA's elite hackers, capable of breaking into virtually any system or network. They've tracked terrorists, cracked foreign presidents' emails, and tapped institutions like the IMF and World Bank. Employees even have to coordinate with the FBI before arrival to work. And all of this might just be happening down the street from you. But not every building hiding something is run by the government. Some are operated by private industry. Companies with no interest in spying on you, but had every interest in extracting something from right beneath your toes. So let's move on to our third building, all the way here in Los Angeles. This building is in Pico Robertson. It's a quiet, clean, religious neighborhood. Everything seems beige and there's nothing really flashy. But as you walk down the streets, you'll pass a tall, windowless building with manicured hedges. For everyone here, it's known as the local friendly synagogue. But little do people ever realize what's secretly going on inside the synagogue. Because if you go inside the synagogue, you'll see a completely hidden, fully functioning oil facility built in 1966 by Occidental Petroleum. This place is literally pumping crude oil from under Beverly Hills without anyone ever realizing. Behind these fake walls of the synagogue is a full-scale operation, with 40 active wells and a derrick on rails that slides across the site inside a hollow structure. This is a full industrial system dressed up to look like a place of worship. And this isn't an accident. This was all built like this from the start, not to stand out, but to blend in with the neighborhood. The place uses the synagogue facade as a way to trick people into never questioning what's going on behind the doors of the building, copying local synagogues on purpose, as Occidental knew exactly where they were drilling and who lived there. And on what would look respectable, and the city signed off on it. The mayor actually cut the ribbon, praising the building's contributions to civic beauty. And for the people living here, they have almost no idea about what's going on behind those closed doors. Although occasionally neighbors will complain about strange smells, sulfur, chemicals, something off in the air. The company denies all of this, of course, and tries to completely deflect any attention towards it. But if an oil rig can pass as a synagogue, you can hide one anywhere. Which brings us on to the next hidden oil drill site, this time in a school of all places. It looked like something out of a feel-good news segment. This towering industrial structure, something straight out of Victorian England, was now wrapped in cheerful murals, sunflowers, butterflies, handprints, a sign of the base red Tower of Hope. All of this was painted by 3,000 hospitalized children, most of whom were terminally ill. And it was this structure that was a symbol of resilience, of optimism, and of turning something ugly into something beautiful. But none of this was actually real. This entire thing you were looking at was a fake operation, hiding a possibly deadly operation. For decades, a 155-foot tall oil derrick loomed over Beverly Hills High School, pumping hundreds of barrels of crude oil per day from directly beneath the school grounds. Students would play sports in the shadow, they ate lunch meals, and took their prom photos while standing just yards away from a live wellhead. The oil operator Beneco made sure the derrick was disguised as it pumped out an array of carcinogenic and volatile organic compounds. Then kids would inhale all of this stuff on a daily basis. When people began questioning why this building was even there, rumors circulated the school district profited from the site, and up to 85% of teacher compensation was funded by oil revenue from the site allegedly. With around 400 barrels daily being pumped, everything seemed fine on the surface until the consequences became very clear. Between 1975 and 1997, more than 250 former students were diagnosed with cancer. According to a lawsuit filed by environmental activist Erin Brockovich in 2003, rates of Hodgkin's lymphoma were 20 times the national average. Thyroid cancer rates were 17 times higher. So a public high school in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the world had cancer rates higher than some of the most toxic sites in the world. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of 23 people, many of them graduates in their 20s and 30s who were now undergoing chemotherapy, all living with permanent damage. Initially, the city tried to dismiss these concerns, saying air quality readings were within regulatory limits. But soon the truth started unraveling, and people realized how disturbing this entire situation was. This entire mural in Beverly Hills, known as the Tower of Hope, painted by sick children with cancer, was just a corporate shield to avoid legal consequences of giving people cancer. Eventually, the company had to declare bankruptcy in 2017, and the world stopped pumping. But the synagogue and school in LA aren't anomalies. It turns out Los Angeles has actually been doing this for decades. It's all part of what all companies call aesthetic mitigation, or just hiding hazardous urban operations in plain sight. That's why today nearly 3 million Los Angeles residents live on 28 oil fields containing 3,000 active wells, many of them just like this, hidden in fake buildings nestled behind apartment complexes or tucked behind rows of trees and public spaces. And you'd never have any idea when walking around LA. But it's not just LA. In many cities, a few buildings look like typical homes or offices, but are actually in fact totally fake for different purposes than pumping oil. Some of them can be designed to blend into their surroundings, ensuring that most who pass by remain blissfully unaware of these buildings' true purpose. Like we can see with our fifth building.
I dare you to let me.
Perception is everything. Perception. So much is going on around us that we do not see. Half of we don't even understand. And it's literally right in our face, hidden in plain sight. There is a reason why a lot of us won't reach a true level of success. Because we are all playing chess. No matter what way you think about it, we are all playing chess. And in this chess game, you was born not ever knowing the real rules. We was born in this game not ever knowing the true rules of the game. And we walk around with this false sense of, I know what I'm doing, but you don't know what you're doing. You know how to survive, but do you know how to play the game? From the ages of being born to the age of 18, that's when you were supposed to learn how to survive on your own. But from 18 on to death, you were supposed to actually be playing the game. Majority of us is just surviving. Not playing the game right. Even some of these guys that are rich are not playing the game right. Like most of these people, you will see they have millions of dollars. They're still pawns inside the big game. Because one thing about it, if you're not creating the rules, you're following the rules. If you're not creating the rules of the game, you are following the rules. Human beings are not free no more. We're not sovereign no more. Our grandfathers from the 1800s, they were sovereign individuals. They could go where they want, when they want. They call it lawless land, but lawless land was a free land. Lawless lands was free. We're not free no more. And everybody, they just wanted, they had this opinion over. They have this opinion, this desensitization when people like me speak and it just irritate them. Why? Why do it irritate them when we speak like this? It's because they're weak. They're weak. They're weak. They're not strong enough to fight. And we're not meaning going out there and protesting. No. We're not talking about protesting. Protesting does nothing. You do not ask somebody for your freedom back. You do not go to the prison guard and ask him for the keys to the gate. We live in a society that's a prison that we built the walls, we built the gate, and we have this sense of pride in what we built, so we don't leave. We are the prisoners and we are the prison guard. Two places I can name like that. Well, a lot of people want to leave, but they don't. New York and Los Angeles. You might as well say that California and the whole state. Whole state of New York too. You gotta wake up. And I hate saying wake up, but it's not waking up. You gotta have discipline. You gotta have dedication. You gotta have ambition. You need it. You need it because the fight for legacy is harder every day. This fight for legacy is hard. But we are in this fight with you. You can't go about it alone. It's not a fight you want to take alone. It's not a fight that you want to do by yourself. It is a team effort. It's going to be hard, but we got to do it. Perception is everything. Once you change your perception on life, once you start seeing and asking the right questions, there's no wrong question. There's no bad question. There's no wrong question. But there is a right question. A few right questions will get you farther than 1,000 questions. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of training. It's going to take a lot of discipline. It's going to take a lot of ambition. It's going to take a lot of dedication. But we're going to get through it. We are at the bottom of the totem pole. And no matter where I'm at in life, I'm still at the bottom with y'all. My whole life, I'm going to be at the bottom with y'all. It don't matter if I have 100 million or I have $55. I'm at the bottom with y'all. We're going to stand up and we're going to fight for a different legacy for our children. And that's what they say. They say they love his. They say so many things. He loved to hear himself talk. He loved to do this. He loved to do that. Well, I refuse to go around and just see people do dumb shit. I refuse it. It's intoxicating. I fucking hate this shit. I hate it. I look around this world and I see a bunch of people that don't do shit. What do people really do? We don't do nothing. We all born inside this game. We was taught what to think. We was taught how to move. We was taught that this is the correct way to walk. This is the correct way to talk. This is the tone of voice that you have to use. This is the correct words. We was taught everything. And it seemed like everything we was taught led us to where we was at. And majority of us, it's like we haven't seen an inch of success. Not even an inch. We're still struggling. Still struggling. And it's not because we don't work hard enough. They have guys and women right now that is giving money. Giving millions of dollars a year. Giving. But what do they contribute to the community? What do they contribute to the world? What? Nothing. They don't contribute nothing. No non-profits. No community programs. No internships. No college programs. Nothing. They contribute nothing to this world. But they're giving everything on a silver platter. While people that is the hardest workers you will ever meet don't have an inch of what they have. People don't understand that majority of grown folks know you cannot help them. They have some strong habits that they have to break. They need a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication, a lot of ambition to break the habits that they have. But we focus on the people that want to change and the kids. Because the kids are being taught wrong. The kids are being indoctrinated in the school system. The kids are being taught false history from a one-sided perspective. The kids are being told all these lies about the world. And once they get 18, not even 18, they're confused and don't know what to do with their life. They don't know how to cook. They barely know how to read. They barely know how to spell. They can't write a 4-paragraph. They can't write 4 paragraphs on a story that makes sense. And then they grow up watching these guys that's lost too. Why? Why did they grow up watching these guys? Kids can't hunt no more. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to get their own food. They don't know how to fish. They don't know the laws. They don't know how to build wealth. They just know how to spend. Spend. They diets are poor. They don't want to work. But these guys are out here, they're blowing millions of dollars. Once you get 100K, 200K, man, $1 million, $1 million, it's all you need to survive in this economy for a long time. 1 million. But y'all spend so much. Y'all are so greedy that y'all don't understand that. So y'all out here buying fancy cars that you don't need. You all spending on stuff that you don't need. You out here buying all these clothes that you won't wear. While there's still people out here homeless with no clothes on, with no shoes on. And you look down on them like you're better than them. Until you get sick. Until you get hurt. Until you lose a limb and you lose an eye and you lose a shoulder. And then you're crying. But just a while ago you thought you was better than that person. Oh, I'm better than him. I got more money than him. I grew up. I got a better house than him. So you feel you're better than that man. This shit we on called life. It's selling to us. It's selling right into a storm. We're already in the storm, but it's selling into something that you don't want to be on when it's on. And then the ship is sinking. You got a hole in it. But don't let the politicians tell you. I'm not against politicians. I'm against liars. Tell the truth. Be real. Tell the truth. Don't double speak. Don't say one thing and mean another. Don't trick my mind. We need change. We need community. We need unity. We need to stand up together. That's what we need. We need to protect the children because the children are our future. Family is our future. That's our legacy. Family. We don't even want family no more. Women don't even want children no more. Fathers don't want to be fathers. They're kept out of their kids' life when they do. Do y'all understand what's going on right now? Do y'all understand? It's all systematic. The game is always going to be the game. You play it. But know the rules. Know who make the rules. You gotta know it. Everybody is walking into destruction. Everybody is walking into destruction. A clear-sighted, for me, I could see it. If I had $1 million right now, you know what I would do? I would become dual citizen. I would become dual citizen of multiple countries. I would put my money in multiple different currencies. I would get gold and I would get silver and I would get guns. That's what I would do. I will buy land that I own, that the government cannot take. I will grow my own food. I will take back my freedom that the government, not even the government, you have allowed, you gave it away. It's not the government's fault. See, that's what we want to do. We want to point blame at everybody else but ourselves. We caused this. We caused this. Nobody's coming to save you. Jesus not coming to save you. That's not going to be a rapture. God is not coming back and giving you an open hand. He's giving you the word. He's giving you the knowledge. He's giving everything you need to bake a cake. But what do? You let it spoil. You let it all spoil. When people come to you and they try to give you the words and it makes sense, you could test it and see if it worked. You deny it. The same way they denied Jesus Christ. Joshua. The same way they denied him. And still deny him till today. You know that in the old days, there was two types of slaves. There was the slave that was always going to be a slave. And they had a slave that was just a man that was just in chains. He was just in chains. He wasn't a slave. He wasn't a slave. He was a prisoner of war. A POW. Now you need to ask yourself, are you a prisoner of war? Are you still in the game? Or are you forever going to be captive to the chains that you have allowed to be put on your mind? They threw the cuffs down and you put them on. But you still have fight in you because you're still alive. No matter how far you are. You could deny me like you did Jesus. You could deny me if you want to. Deny me. When I die, I don't have to come back to earth. When I die, I do not have to come back to this plane of existence. I could do me free. I could do what I want free. I came back to help y'all. Y'all. I didn't come back for my own will. You think I came back and played life on the hardest level? The hardest level? No, I came back to show y'all that you could play the game on the hardest level and still come back on top. Still come back on top. You can play this shit on the hardest level possible and still come back on top. But they're denied. Everybody would say, no, you didn't play the game on the hardest level. Yeah, I did. You didn't play the game on the hardest level. You had friends. You had family. Me, even my mama don't got family. My dad don't got family. They don't. I'm all alone. I never had real friends. Never. I had people I talked to, but they was never my friends. I have been walking on this plane of existence alone my whole life. Misunderstood. But I have no excuses. My biggest downfall in my ever life is not having ambition, not having dedication, not being disciplined. That's what my downfalls are. And I promise it's the same one as you. I promise it's the same one as you.
Here we are in Brooklyn Heights, outside this old 19th century home. If you peek through the cracks in the door, you'll see the lights are always on. But there's something really uncanny about this place. Nobody ever seems to walk in or out, and there's no sign of life here at all. But the lights are always present. And that's because this house is actually an emergency subway exit dressed up like any other house in the street. It was purchased in 1908 by the Interborough Rapid Transit Company and gutted entirely. The windows are blacked out steel. Inside you'll find a load of fans and a drop shaft that leads directly to the 4-5 line beneath the East River. After 9/11, this building was outfitted with glass-proof doors, motion detectors, and reinforced locks. And today it's still owned and maintained by the MTA, but it's technically listed as a residential property and valued at $2.8 million. Likely the most expensive fake house in the entire city. And it's not the only one. If we go across the world to central Paris, we'll then find 145 Rue Lafayette, which is also a cover-up for a metro ventilation shaft. Aerial photos reveal that the building is just a wall with scaffolding behind it, and a large open shaft that drops down to the tunnels below. And all the way over in London's flashy Bayswater neighbourhood, 23 and 24 Leinster Gardens are also 100% fake, despite looking like any other chic Victorian terrace, concealing an open-air ventilation gap for the Metropolitan Underground train line. All because in the 1860s, the steam engines running on the city's early underground system needed regular openings to vent smoke, but nobody wealthy would want to live near one. So the rail company built these dummy houses, complete with stonework, balconies, and decorated trim, all to maintain an illusion, meaning there's literally nothing behind these houses, just empty space and train tracks. And yet because these addresses technically exist and seem like real houses, they're magnets for pranks. Colonizers have literally sold fake tickets to high society balls at these houses, where people arrive in tuxedos and gowns only to find a blank wall. Even recently, food delivery services like Uber Eats have actually blacklisted this address after decades of fake orders. Although sometimes these fake buildings are actually hiding something far more sinister, as we will see in our final.
This right here, this is the season of suffering. For me, for y'all, This is the season of suffering. Not the suffering when you feel like the world is against you, but the suffering you put yourself in when you go run 6 miles, when you work 12 miles, when you work out and you put them extra sets in. This is the season that we're in. This is the season that we're in. We need to suffer. This suffering that we do and we put ourselves through, this suffering that we put ourselves through is us washing away our sins. This is us baptizing ourselves. Washing away every sin that we ever committed. The sins of not having discipline. The sins of not being dedicated. The sins of not having ambition. The sins of wasting our purpose away. We wasting life. We wasting life. We wasting our life. Seriously. Every day when I think about it, I say, damn, we're wasting life. And for me, it gets so confusing because sometimes I think 10 years away, 20 years away, 30 years away, I know what I want to do in 10 years. I know what I'm going to do after them 10 years is over. I know what I'm going to do after them 10 years is over. I know what I want to do until I die. It's all planned. It's all calculated. But I feel like, even myself, I feel like I'm just not going hard enough. I'm just not. I love the game. I love it. I don't have to have my name out there. I don't gotta have my face. I don't want to be known as the richest man. But when I look at myself in the mirror, I want to know that everything I say about myself is 100% true. That's what it's about. What do you see when you look inside the mirror? Because you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to everybody else, but you cannot lie to yourself. You can't. You gotta hold yourself accountable to the bullshit that you say and that you don't finish. You got to. Everybody want to be entertained. Nobody want to put the work in. Everybody want the perfect body, but nobody want to put the work in. Everybody wants to be the first in line, but nobody wants to put the work in. Every day you have to be searching for perfection. Every day. Every day you have to search for perfection. Even when it's not attainable. You got to. You cannot quit. You got to give your all with no doubt in your mind. Even now, doubt goes through my mind. I'm human. But I have a conscious thoughts about it that I know. I'm not going to listen to that shit. I'm not going to listen to no man that ain't what I'm supposed to be in life. I'm not going to listen to no man that don't even look like a percentage of the man I'm gonna be in 30 years. Oh, the fuck I listen to you. Let's be real. What do you have to say? What do you have? What type of man are you? What fucking work did you put in? This morning, did you run 12 miles? So you can't tell me shit. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I slacked up. I didn't. Maybe a few days I went out my workout. But today, we gonna work out. Today we gonna do our push-ups. Today we gonna do our sit-ups. I can't speak for tomorrow. I damn sure I can't speak for what I did yesterday. But we gonna talk about today. I could show you what I could do today. Let's go. You can watch me. You want to watch me hit these push-ups? Let's do it. Come on. What the fuck? I could go how long? Give me a number. I could do it. Shit. Give me a number. You want me to do 500? Let's do 500. You want me to do 1,000? Let's do it. I take on the challenge. I take on the challenge. Let's do it. Let's callous our mind. Let's break these bars that these motherfuckers are put on you because they haven't succeeded where they thought they was gonna succeed it. Motherfucker, you quit too early. Don't put it on me. And I'm not gonna put it on you. I'm not gonna say what you can and you can't do. I'm not. I don't know what you could do. I don't know what God got in the hole for you. But damn sure you ain't gonna put it on me and tell me what I can and can't do. Fuck what you say I'm not gonna do tomorrow. Let's talk about what I could do today. Let's talk about it. Today, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do 75 push-ups. That's easy. It's easy. That's just so I can keep my consistency up. That's easy. I'm gonna do 75 leg raises. I'm gonna do 75 sit-ups. That's all easy. The question is, should I up the ante? Should I go harder? Should I go harder? I don't even know. I could. I know I can. I know I could do more. But the reason why I don't is because I want to set a goal. And I want to hit that goal on a consistent basis. Because I wasn't consistent all my life. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't consistent all my life. Shit, I wasn't even consistent this damn year. I go 7 days of consistent. Being consistent. 7 days. And then I fuck up. And I fuck up again because I'm thinking about I fucked up yesterday. Then I fuck up again. Then I get my energy back. And then I'm going another 7 days. Then I'm going another 7 days. So I know if I could do that and I could not give up, then you motherfucking can too. You ain't got no excuse. You can't run a mile, run up the street, run it back. Take a break. Take 15 minutes and do it again. Shit, just a few days ago, I ran 3 miles at fucking 12 o'clock. 3 miles. I ain't tell nobody. I'm telling y'all today. 3 miles. 3 fucking miles. I had to walk a little bit, but I kept my jogs up. I did that shit. I ran 3 miles. Shit, it was really 3.8. 3.8 miles. I didn't believe I could do it. I didn't. I was planning on running 1 mile. But I decided to go ahead and run the 2 extra. Motherfuckers, I say I'm lying, but man, I don't gotta prove shit to you. I know I motherfucking did it. I know I did. I know I did. I could look in the mirror and say I did that. And that's what I'm saying. When you look inside the mirror, What's the lies that you say about yourself and what is the truth? That's all that matters. It don't matter. It doesn't matter how other people look at you. Only thing inside this world that matters is how you look at yourself. Because when you look inside the mirror, you can't lie to yourself. You could lie to everybody at your job and say, shit, I did 3 sets. 3 sets of 150 yesterday. Damn sure you know you ain't do it. You could go on the internet and lie to everybody about what the fuck you did. But when you look in that mirror, you know you didn't do it. This season is about suffering. I want y'all to put yourself to the ground and see how far your mind could go. See how far your mind could take you. When your mind says stop, you keep going. I want you to take the soul of every motherfucker around you and push them to be better about themselves too. Push them. Tell them motherfuckers, I want you to be better. Let's go. Let's hit the gym. Let's go run a few laps. Let's do this. I'm a motherfucking grinder, man. I'm a grinder. For real, grinder, man. 16-hour days, and then I come back home like the shit nothing. 2 jobs, come back home like the shit nothing. Did it. Even when I was a kid, boy, 24 hours. Even though I was playing video games, man, I was out grinding grown motherfuckers at that game. I was better than grown motherfuckers at the game. 10 years old, 9 years old, grinding. You see, grinding is at heart. When you say you do something, that motherfuckers thought they doubted me, man. They motherfucking doubted me, then I showed them. They doubted me. They said I wouldn't get 25% of what I got. Because I'm a grinder. Right now, they doing the same shit. But this will come with a different state. It got different rewards in this game. Every time, they always look at my age and they be, man, this little nigga ain't gonna do shit. And I say that, I don't even like that word. But man, this little nigga ain't gonna do shit. He just talking. Because they failed. Motherfuckers couldn't get what they wanted. They gave up on it. So they look at me and think I'm not gonna do that. Motherfucker, I'm a grinder. If I say I'm gonna do something, I love when people doubt me. I need it. I use that shit as fuel. I use it as fuel. I love when they doubt me. Doubt me. Say I'm not gonna do it. Man, the only thing about it is, what I motherfucking hate, is when I forget what I really want. That's the only thing I hate. When I forget what I really wanted. I did that in the past, but I won't do it again. I forgot what I wanted. I forgot the stakes of the game. I forgot about the journey and the grind. And about proving motherfuckers wrong. Man, I love it. I love it. Because I don't give a fuck about what you think about me. I really don't. But when you give me fuel by opening your mouth and giving me your energy, I'm gonna take it. And I'm gonna take your soul.
Back in August of 2020, Christopher was arrested in connection with the murder of 20-year-old drug dealer Tanner Banderat. According to the arrest report, Christopher picked up Tanner from his home